See, when you say construction, it's not only you're standing on the ground. 80-90% of the work, it is in the office also. If I'm talking only about the construction, we have QS, planning, costing and budgeting, everything we can manage. It's not a difficult thing, unless if you feel that, okay, standing on the hot sun is difficult, okay, leave that. Many other things which they are not aware about it. We have to bring that awareness, and this is the second biggest industry where women can build her career.
As a community, as there are several communities that are there in this space, how are we impacting the curriculum? How is the curriculum changing for people, for students who are coming in or are looking at this at the high school level to make it more interesting for them to see the construction industry? Once you get in, there's a lot of interesting stuff in it.
One of the key things that I personally feel very close to workplace is lack of mentorship and lack of leadership in the workplace for women to follow, especially in the construction industry.
What I feel is when women begin their careers, they are as ambitious as men, right? Whether in terms of holding leadership positions or getting promoted. What happens thereafter, it's totally dependent on the environment that they thrive in or the organization culture.
But then there has always been a resistance in your at home, back at home, or as well as at the workplace, wherein certain things you can't do, certain things you will not be fitting in there and things like that. But I think there is a lot of proving which happens at every step, wherein that's a challenge what we face, which should not be the case, because we are losing out on very fantastic ideas and diversification into what women can bring on the table.
For boys, we are taught to be brave. For women, to be perfect. And when women are working towards this need to be perfect, we speak less. We want to push ourselves less because we don't want to be coming across as pushy, right?
The challenge that I see is that we don't talk enough, or there's a stigma. While I completely believe in not using being a woman as, an ace up the sleeve, I need to go, my kid is waiting, or I can't do something because of some responsibility at home. I think making it very normal for everyone to talk about it. So it doesn't matter. It could be a man who needs to go home to pick up the son, because
I think what really one step before that would be normalizing discussions around the life cycle for a woman, the responsibilities at home for both men and women, single parents.
We spoke about merit, but the thing about merit is, we start questioning access. Did they even begin at the same points? How many people actually had access to these things? How many people had access to great companies, information, mentorship, etc.? So can we make this a little more mainstream? Can we provide that accessibility where more individuals, irrespective of who they are, the definitions move away and they can start stepping in and pursuing all those dreams without cutting corners?
Just to meet the numbers of, in terms of diversity, when you said that it's not about numbers, it's about also the share of voice. Just one level below let's say there's a department, the heads are all men and the one level below are all women. So when you're trying to, justify the men and women ratio in an organization, it looks fairly good on paper. But the share of voice is negligible.
When you take a break, either could be an emergency in the family or maternity reasons, coming back into the industry, on one side, the opportunities that are available to rejoin the industry are very limited at that point of time. On the other hand, I feel, especially if the break has been long, there is a sense of, low on confidence levels. You feel you're not up to the mark. What have you missed in the past 1 year or 2 years when the others, the peers with whom you joined have moved ahead? So to address these issues, I feel that is where mentorship programs, upskilling programs become very important.
You should make a way to find it. You cannot say, I cannot do that. I will find a way that how do I can do that. So this will make sure that more women can come into the forefront and work around with and become successful.
How we're enabling the workforce with their domestic responsibilities. That is the reason why they're not there. And even if they're there, they're only there as unskilled labor. We spoke about skill development and upskilling from where we are. We have unskilled labor at site. Why are we not looking at skilling them? Why is it that they are not taking foreman's job or moving ahead? And it's the same reasons that they have that we have. It's across the same problem that's persistent. And if we are feeling alone when we walk into the site, it is because there isn't anybody else working at the site.
We talked about, which is there is no better way to promote a certain action than by allowing people to watch it, to see it. So we emulate by watching others. And the best way to promote more women in the industry is to make the rest of them more visible. When I know there are 10 others like me, I get more encouragement.